Happy Thursday. Today is Thirsty Thursday Live instead of Whiny Wednesday Live because you guys know I had an appointment um, yesterday. So let me get into YouTube here so I can find myself. Turn down the volume so we don't hear ourselves. Your videos, live. Nope, that's an old, whoops. That's gonna make me go watch an old live. Where am I? I can't find myself, you guys. There I am. Okay. And we're watching a ad. That's great. Skip the ad. Now I can't find the chat. There we go. Boy, this is a situation. Hey guys. All right, so I am going to I am early this evening. And I'm also drinking a thirst quencher for Thirsty Thursday Live. And that's because Christopher's on his way home from work and we are going out for a motorcycle ride this evening. And I do not drink and drive, and I surely do not drink and ride a motorcycle. So we're drinking Gatorade. So if you were ever worried about that, that is not something I do. Okay? We have straight up rules about drinking and driving, and I am not here for that. Okay, so this series is Glaze It or Lose It, and this is a series that I do with my friends Sharon, Amber, and Crystal. Sharon and Amber share on Instagram, and Crystal shares on YouTube. As you guys know, Crystal is Crystal from Pineapple Papers. Amber is from Dragonfly Dreams, but I think her Instagram is Dragonfly D, and Sharon is Pez Scraps again on Instagram. So we have all of that. So I'm gonna play with some glitter glazes, I think. I'm not entirely sure yet. I pulled out the stencils and I'm just having a flip through to kind of see which ones I want to use. And as you can see, I do have residue on my stencils, and that is because I don't clean them off completely cleanly every single time. And they last, right? Like they're not dying on me. As a matter of fact, my oldest stencil, this one, which Scrapping Reflections is 4 years. 4 years. I actually missed its birthday, you guys. I missed the birthday of Scrapping Reflections. 4 years old, and this is the very first stencil that I cut, and I still use it, so I'm not stressing. But what I am stressing about is where is that stencil? Did I miss it? I know I went right past the Let's Get Dottie stencil. Oh, it was right next to the Let's Get Dottie stencil. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, and I'm also going to use this one. And then we'll figure out what glazes and such things that we will be using. But it's almost time to get myself another binder because the Scrapping Reflection stencils are filling it. And this is not even the stencil of the month. That's just regular stencils. And I've got a pile downstairs that need to be put up on the website, so we'll have even more. So I need a new binder. Okay. Thanks. Thank you very much, Holly. All right, so I have decided that I'm going to scrapbook this photo. It's not like a fantastic photo or anything like that. It's just a view. it's just a view, right? Like it's a view on Alcatraz looking back at the California mainland, and you can see the bridge right there. Like I said, it's not some epic photo, it's not some amazingness, right? But honestly, these photos are important, right? And they are important because we obviously had to ride a boat to get to the island of Alcatraz. So what I am doing is flipping through my never-ending kit to try to find a piece of paper to do this on, because I do not want to do it on white cardstock. I want to kind of keep the feel that I've got going on with my... Now see, this paper, I have pulled out so many times to use this side, and I'm not talking about like right now, but so many times to use this side, and then I see this side and I'm like, oh, I need to put this back, and I'm going to do it again. And the reason why I'm going to do it again is because I have a project that's been kind of hanging out for a while. My wine advent calendar that Christopher got me in 2022. And I want to use this as the cover page. So I'm going to put this with my wine advent calendar photos, and I'm going to put that off to the side. So yeah, I guess I am hoarding it still hoarding it, but that's okay. You need glazes in your life, Danielle. You need to just make sure when you get them, you use them so that they don't dry up and it's like life is done, right? Like, because that stinks. I want something with a small repeated pattern. I don't want something huge. I don't want something too graphic, because then it's going to compete with what I want to get going on here. This is a contender. Even though these are dots and these are dots, it's a contender because I like dots on top of dots, and I like this color blue. So we might just be using this one. Oh. I'm like, the plaid is a contender too, but I would have to put the glaze on pretty thick for it to do what I want it to do, right? So we're going to ignore that. And then I'm wondering, should I skip one of these stencils and get my wave stencil, because I have an ocean wave stencil, but you know what? I'm not going to put that much thought into it. I'm just going to use this paper, and that's a great paper back there. Okay, it's nice and thick too, so hopefully it won't be a situation when I go to do this. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place the dots over top of the dots, and I know that I've got mess all over this thing already, over my new cutting mat, but I'm going to pull out my palette. It's a huge palette, right? Like it is literally made for painting. I'm just going to put that down on top of here so I can kind of make a mess and not get into a situation. Oh look, even more dots. I'm like embracing all of the dots right now. Okay, so I'm gonna look at that. That one's almost centered in there. How hilarious is that? Okay. So yay, I've got this down. Now my thought is I want to put either a velveteen glaze through here or a chroma glaze or something that I can put on thinly, because I want to do the glitter glaze on this one but I want to do the glitter glaze in spots on this one. And we're doing this in one fell swoop, right? Like, we're not going to, I'm not going to let this dry and move on. So what glaze do I want to put through here? That, my friends, is the question. And I'm also trying to be aware of what colors I'm putting in, because this is going to go into the Alcatraz album, and the Alcatraz album definitely has a feel to it, right? Like, there's not Midnight Indigo, maybe? Or do I want to go with like I think the teal's going to be a little bit too bright. We're going to try Midnight Indigo. And I'm also trying something. I'm putting all my what are these things behind me now instead of right over here. So I'm trying out some things. Yay! Oh, Deb, I'm sorry your appointment got canceled. Okay, so this is going to be thin because I want it to dry, or I want to be able to glitter glaze over it, I should say, because my glitter glaze is obviously going to be a thing in here, right? Like, just letting it sit in here. Like, I could put this on thick and it could get a nice deep blue color. But like I said, we're doing this in one fell swoop, you guys. If I would have planned this out ahead of time and done this part last night, I could have put it on super thick. And then that wouldn't have mattered. But I did not, so we're putting it on thin. And that's okay too, right? Like, I think it's okay. All right, so we'll get that on there. And I know I'm kind of just like saying stuff to fill the space, because yesterday when I did the video, like the in real time process video, there were times where I just stopped talking because I was like, oops, oh yeah, Sandy, you're supposed to be talking. But that did not happen. I have no idea how much under stencil splatter, splooging, whatever, smooshing through the stencil I'm getting doing this, because I am playing with it an awful lot to try to keep it thinned out. So if I've got lots of stencil spread, I'm not going to stress about it. And I think that's what you have to do, right? Like, if you know you're going to be playing with the product a lot through the stencil, like I am, to kind of get it thin but coat it fully, then you're going to have some sort of stencil splatter, unless you were putting down pixie spray or something like that. And then you run the risk of your pixie spray. And this is drying pretty quick because I am putting it on thinly. You run the risk of your pixie spray sticking to your paper, and then not, I just lost my thought. You run the risk of your pixie spray sticking to your paper, and it's going to be a mess anyway, right? Like, so there's risk. There is risk involved with glazing. Let's be real here. Okay, so that was a Velveteen Glaze Midnight Indigo that I put through there. And I think I want to add a little bit of something. So I am going to do this Chroma Glaze in Pearl over top of it. And it's I mean, I just stuck my finger in there and just showed it's not completely dry. But this is pretty dry. And I don't want to pearlize everything. This is going to be like a quick, whatever gets pearlized type thing. And as you can see, it is not completely dry because what a weird sound. It is not completely dry because we're getting a little bit of mixing going on there. Okay, I'm going to keep those out. We're going to put the velveteen glaze back. Ooh, okay, not a lot of stencil spread on here. And I like this. I like this color combo a lot. All right. This now has Chroma Glaze and Velveteen Glaze on it. So unless I scrub this with my Scrub Daddy and or let it soak, it's going to have that lingering on there, which this gold on here, I don't think that this is a glaze. I think that this is paint, but you can see you can scratch it off, but honestly, I'm just not that concerned with it. So I'm just gonna put that off to the side and worry about that after. And I'm only wiping off the palette right now because I don't want to stick my arms in it. Okay, so this is, it's not that dry. Okay, I'm gonna set this off to the side for a hot second, and then I'm gonna build my photo mat, right? So I've got the blue thing going on here. Where is that paper pad? Sometimes I wonder about myself, you guys, I really do. So, tell me about what you guys are scrapbooking right now. Obviously, I got the Alcatraz photos. I've got the wine advent calendar project. I got Disney projects lined up out the wazoo. I've got photos to order. I got new Disney products. Obviously, I got some stuff. But I am wondering what everyone else, like what scrapbooking stuff is filling your cup right now? And it is definitely not these butterflies and moths, because I am not here for that. Ooh, I kind of like this instead. I've been doing a lot of this shape and this shape lately, so I think I'm going to try to not do that and maybe do my layers all horizontal instead of both. Right? And you know, it stinks because when you are enjoying something and you're like, yeah, this is working for me, it's like, ugh, why do I have to stop doing it? But I don't want every layout to have this look on it, right? Like I don't want every layout to look like this. And since I am working on the same photos, and it's not like, oh, I did this in a Disney layout, and then I did this in 2022's layout, and then I did this somewhere else, so it doesn't matter. This is all in the same album, so it is going to be weird. Scrapbook graduation photos, awesome. You are sewing. I know, Deb, I have been seeing the things you have been making. It's awesome. You're doing a book for your bestie's daughter of her pregnancies. Oh, I love that. I'm always amazed by people that scrapbook for other people. I will say I used to. I poured my heart and soul into an album for my mother-in-law once. And you guys have heard my mother-in-law stories. And if you haven't, just know that we don't speak. My husband doesn't speak to her. I think Christopher just got home. There is a whole thing there. but I poured my heart and soul into it. I made her an album of all of the grandkids and things like that, and she threw it away. And I just cut off the edge of that photo, so I have committed to this. So yeah, she threw away the album that I made for her. And I was just like, nope, no more. We will not be doing that. I probably should cut that little bit off. This line right here, because I'm not camouflaging it. There we go. Yeah, she did. My mother-in-law is awful, you guys. Like, not the best lady at all. Yeah, we've had lots of issues, and basically my husband was like, we're not having that. So yeah, she is a travesty, you guys. An absolute travesty. Okay, let's see. No, that looks way too purple, so I don't want that. But I think I am okay with bringing in some green, right? And I think I want to pop this up. But anyway, yeah, she threw away the album, and this was back when Archivers was around. So this was a long time ago, and I obviously have not let go of it because it's still bothering me. And I had the opportunity to go to Archivers and make copies of the layouts, right? Because they had that big copy machine, and you could make 12 by 12 copies, and I did not do it. And I regret it because I love some of those layouts. And obviously, like I'll never get them back. We'll never get those back. So, but yeah, but I have told the story before about my mother-in-law throwing away albums, and I was questioned of why it bothered me, because I say that, you know, when I'm dead and gone, I don't care if my kids throw away the albums, and I really don't, right? But they're my albums. These are my albums. I just ran out of adhesive. And like everybody knows, the albums are mine. I scrapbook for me. And they don't have to, oh dang it. All of my ATGs are empty. I gotta go get a roll of tape, guys. Dang it. Okay. So like everybody knows, I scrapbook for me, and I don't care what you do with it. But if I give you a gift of things that you especially say that you want an album of all of your grandchildren, and you want this memory, all this kind of crap, then if you don't want it anymore, or you hate it and it's not the thing that you thought you wanted, like, be decent enough to say something, right? Like, don't just throw it away. That's so disrespectful. At least that's me. Or you could be thinking I'm a hypocrite and whatever, and whatever. Like, that you can totally think that, and I'm cool with it. Yeah. That's the way I felt, Audrey. But I just know that she's a evil, unhappy woman, and we just don't even deal with her anymore, right? Like, that's what it's gone. That's what it's turned into. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put this under here. Like that. We're going to get some flowers because why not? That almost covers that up. I think I want the white flowers. Put one there. Hi. And I hear Christopher, but and we'll put one there too. And I'll grab one down here. Put it there. Basically, I guess I'm just building this layout before we finish it. I find that this is something that I really like doing though when we might even put a little hummingbird in there. Okay. Probably not, it's not my usual aesthetic, but you know. There it is. Okay, so okay, that tickled me. I don't think my favorite place word phrase is appropriate because it's not my favorite place. Like it was fun. Definitely wasn't a favorite place. I'm not like, daggone, Alcatraz is my favorite place. Memories of a lifetime. I mean, I don't know if that's the phrase I want. Let's see what word phrases we have here. I think these phrases are like, give out what you want to come back. When you know better, do better. I feel like these are like actual phrases that you should be using when instead of if you're in prison. Okay. Okay, and live gently upon this earth. Like, I honestly think that those are probably things you should be doing. If you end up in prison, you should be giving out what you want to come back, and if you know better, you should be doing better, and you should be living gently upon this earth, not doing whatever it is that got you in prison in the first place, right? So, anyway, I'm gonna title this Sweet View, because I find that hilarious. So we're gonna pull out the word sweet from here. That might need something to set on to kind of like make it pop or stand out. I don't think I want to bring in the khaki. Do I want to bring in the wood grain though? That is the question, isn't it? These are the things that I struggle with, where I'm like, do I want to bring that in? Does it feel like it should be going in there? And then I'm like, well, maybe I'll put that, but then it's white on white, and I don't want the white on white. I want white on a color to make it pop. I kind of like that. Pull that out. I mean, even if we don't end up using it, maybe there's something in here, wood grain, that I can pull in, so I can use this here because I do like it. Let's pop that up a little bit because I want it to tuck in there. I kind of want it to leave that that blue floral visible, but I think what I'll end up doing is pulling in a different blue floral. All right, I've committed. Now I got to now I gotta find something wood grain. Gotta find it. Hopefully I have something wood grain in here. Do I want a little label? No, I don't think so. Sweet. Do I want to use this for view? Or is that going to be, that might be a little bit too. Might be a little, ooh, there's a wood grain. I got these little wood tab things too. This is definitely a wood grain. That stuck real well. The thing is that the only one? V-I-E-W. Let's see if this works. Sweet V. Oop, I ripped the W, so I got one more shot to do this. You know, this is why sticker books kind of drive me nuts sometimes, right? Like, you're like, ugh, why aren't you just working the way I want you to work? Cut myself somehow. And I don't know how I did that. All right, It sounds like there was a fly in my room that is on its last leg. I only hear it and I don't see it. Oh, we should probably center that on here, huh? Okay, so we'll put that there. And that picked up some sort of tiny little paper scrap. Okay. Sweet view. That needs another flower there, definitely. Question is, does it need the flower there? Might need it there instead. Okay. So this bad boy is getting adhesive because this is going to go right there. And we'll lift that up. But first we're going to I should fill this in with something. What shall we fill this in with? Meaning, shall probably go white. No, because that's going to be too white on white things. Do we do it with this and really just embrace the brown? I'm going to do this and see how this turns out. If not, it's not like this is the most stickiest sticker in the world and I can just cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I have to ask this question because it is July. Is anyone excited about Christmas yet? Because I will tell you, I am stupid excited about Christmas. Like there. Do I put it here, coming out from there? Gotta get that glue off there. That's gonna be a glue boogie. Put that in the trash can. Maybe our bird lives off the page a little bit and the floral needs to go here. Where are the sticker florals? Maybe we do that. And not that one, because I feel like that sparkle is a little in your face. Maybe it just needs to be like that one there. That one's a little bit more, that's a little less in your face. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe we just need to add a couple of these little tiny guys around. And then do we need this with that greenery? No, we don't need that with that greenery, but do we need it? Do we need something here? I'm gonna put that there. It might be overkill with the flowers, you guys, but I like it, so it's gonna live there. And I think what I'm gonna do is put that flower there and that flower there. And then my glitter flower isn't gonna be like, the glitter flower is gonna be the one little pop instead of having glitter everywhere. Does that make sense? Now that you're not having to stop Christmas and deal with the odd hours, you are kind of excited about Christmas. Yeah, I have to say Christmas at Starbucks, whole lot different than Christmas at every other retail place. And that, that made me wicked excited, right? Like, I was trying to bring in just a little tap of that blue, but I think I might be trying too hard to add in this blue, so we're gonna stop that. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty dry. It isn't hot today. It is a little warm, but it's not hot like it's hot. And I say that funnily because hot here in the Pacific Northwest is not hot where the rest of the world is. All right, so I'm digging this. Let's see how this is gonna look on here, because it's basically gonna live like this, right? Like it is a horizontal moment, and that is all it is. What I think I might do though is trim this down and get a piece of cardstock that is similar to that yellow. So my cardstock has dwindled. I am actually surprised how much of it I have used. That's a little bright, but let's see what other close things I might have. But my blue and my green used to be stuffed to the brim, each in their own thing. So that's exciting that like it's actually being used. This might be a little dark. I think I like the dark better than the light though. Let's see. Oh yeah, the darker is definitely better. All right, we're gonna go with that and put the cardstock back. Sorry, I just shook the crap out of that. All right, put that to the side. Let's grab the trimmer real quick. I'm going to cut off 1/4 inch off of every side. So it'll be even. Right? Like I want it to be even. I hope that that makes sense. Like I don't want to just cut off a 1/2 inch off of 2 sides and then it not look centered. Even though the Dottie Down stencil is a rando stencil, there is some sort of semblance of centering in there. Not a whole lot, a little bit. You almost don't even know how to act out if we don't write. Yeah, I feel ya. I was like, what do you mean? Where are the 16-hour days? Where are the no lunches? Where are all these things? And honestly, I scrapbooked about this a little while ago, but my first Christmas trees my last year at Hobby Lobby showed up in, oh, why did I do that? Showed up in March. So Christmas was popping, ouch, way before I was even ready for it. Okay, so we're gonna pop this guy up on some pop foams. Okay. And then I just trim this down, so I'm gonna put this on top of here like this. I'm gonna try to center it, kind of at least. My washi tape is old. We're gonna pull that bad boy off. I even put my stencils away with the washi tape still on them, it's fine. Except when I don't put things back where it belongs after I'm done with it, and I have no idea what I did with my, oh, I did put it back. Look at me! We're winning today, folks. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. Put that one there. It's going over top of the stencil. Okay, put that one there. And that one there. Get my hummingbird off to the side so we don't lose it, because that will happen. Did you say March? Yes. We had Christmas trees in March. And also, well, 4th of July in March too, but that's a much easier pill to swallow. 4th of July in March than Christmas trees in March. So got ourselves a little drinky poo there with our thirst quencher for Thirsty Thursday. All right, now I'm just gonna do some glitter glaze, and I'm not gonna put glitter glaze where this is not going to be, right? Like, what's the point of it? So what I want to do is have glitter glaze kind of up in this corner. I'll bring that down. And then I want glitter glaze here. And then I want a little up here just because I can. And then we want some down here again, just because we can, right? And I like a little sparkle and shine. Now what I am going to do is bring this out. Now this is a dark glitter glaze. So I'm going to mix it with my lighter glitter glaze here. Just so that that darkness isn't as concentrated. Because I don't want it super concentrated, right? Like, I just want the two areas that are going to be kind of sticking off of my decorative bit to have that extra little bit of color. I don't want it on the other areas I put glitter glaze. Does that make sense? Like, and it's barely noticeable right now when it's wet. I'm hoping it's going to be more noticeable when it's dry. Fingers crossed. And we'll wipe that off too real quick. I'm going to pull that up. Can't, like, I don't even know if you guys can actually see this right now. Sometimes on camera, glitter glaze doesn't like to reveal itself very well until it's dry and you get like the right angles on it and the right lighting. So I'm sorry if you can't see it, but I promise it's there and I promise I like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, put that off to the side one more time. No Christmas yet, please. I'm sorry. Yeah. Because they have one warehouse, right? Like, Hobby Lobby has one warehouse and everything has to go through that one warehouse, and I still did not cut off enough there. And I got to go to Hobby Lobby's warehouse, and that was amazing, right? Like, that was fantastic. And if Hobby Lobby Washington was anything like Hobby Lobby California, I would have stayed. I could not handle that level of a crazy environment, and I have worked for some crazy people, let me tell you. But I am stupid happy with where I am now. So it all worked out, right? It all worked out. Okay, so we're gonna put some adhesive on here. And the best thing to do when you're putting fun foam on your projects, I know that I say this just about every time I do it, but I really believe it's the best way to do it, is you start on paper, you go over the fun foam, and then you end on paper, right? Like, that's the best way to make it happen. Okay, we've got that. We got this that says Sweet View. I've got my one little leaf that's flapping in the breeze. We're gonna put this on here, like so. I'm gonna take the little backings off my pop foams for my bird. Can't believe I'm putting a bird on a page. Not my usual thing, but you know, sometimes you just want to do things to your layouts that might not be your usual thing. All right, this is a little bit more graphic, but I feel like it still feels like my Alcatraz vibe, right? I'm gonna make sure these lids are on tight. I'm gonna put them away. Now, that's gonna do it for this layout, you guys. Yeah, thanks. I like this color combo too. I'm quite happy with it. So there is another layout for Alcatraz done, which feels real good. Yeah, feels real good. I'm excited. So yeah, that is where I'm gonna leave it. I know Christopher's home. It's 6 o'clock. We need to get going if we're gonna go on a ride tonight. I'm gonna go clean off my stencils real quick, but thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, thank you so much, Annette. That is really sweet. I really appreciate that. You just made my night. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you around the internet. And yeah, have a good night, guys.